If you came here to find out whether the engine under your hood is a ticking time bomb or a hidden gem that could run for the next 300,000 miles, you're in the right place. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which Volkswagen engines built the brand's reputation for rock-solid German engineering and which ones nearly tore it apart. Because when it comes to Volkswagen, the badge on the grille doesn't tell the whole story. What really matters is the metal, chains, pistons, and engineering decisions hiding beneath that hood. When most people think about Volkswagen, they picture precision. They think of tight panel gaps, that satisfying thud when the door closes, the legacy of the Beetle, maybe even a clever old slogan echoing in their head. Volkswagen has always marketed itself as the smart choice, European refinement without the luxury price tag, and in many cases that reputation was earned. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Not every Volkswagen engine deserves the same praise. Some VW engines became legends, others became lawsuits. Some created lifelong brand loyalists, others created people who swear they'll never touch the brand again. So let's start where it hurts. The worst offenders, the engines that caused headaches, drained bank accounts, and in some cases rewrote corporate history. At the very top of the "what were they thinking" list sits the 2.5-liter 5-cylinder engine from the early 2000s. On paper, it sounded exciting. 5 cylinders have a unique character, a distinct growl, something different from the typical 4-cylinder hum. Volkswagen used this engine across several models, and enthusiasts initially appreciated its personality. It felt like a quirky middle ground between a 4 and a 6. But beneath that interesting soundtrack was a design decision that would haunt owners for years, a timing chain tensioner made of plastic. Now, if you're not deeply into engines, the timing chain tensioner might sound like a minor component. It isn't. It keeps the timing chain properly aligned so the crankshaft and camshaft stay synchronized. That synchronization ensures pistons and valves move in perfect harmony. Replace that harmony with chaos, and the result is catastrophic. The plastic tensioner in the 2.5-liter engine had a tendency to wear prematurely. Over time, it could crack, degrade, or simply fail outright. When that happened, the timing chain could skip, and when a timing chain skips in an interference engine, pistons and valves collide at high speed. It's not a gentle bump, it's mechanical destruction. Bent valves, damaged pistons, possibly a ruined cylinder head. In many cases, the repair costs exceeded $10,000. For a car that might only be worth $6,000 or $7,000 on the used market, that kind of repair doesn't make sense. Owners were left with two options: replace the engine or walk away. And many walked away. If that wasn't bad enough, Volkswagen decided to get even more ambitious with another power plant, the 1.4-liter TSI twin-charger engine introduced around 2006. On paper, this engine was brilliant. It combined a supercharger and a turbocharger into one small displacement engine. The idea was elegant. The supercharger would eliminate turbo lag at low RPMs. The turbocharger would provide strong power higher up in the rev range. Efficiency and performance all in one compact package. In theory, it was engineering genius. In reality, it was engineering overload. Adding one forced induction system introduces complexity. Adding two doubles it. The twin-charger setup brought timing chain issues similar to the 5-cylinders problems, but that was only the beginning. There were failures related to the supercharger clutch mechanism. Carbon buildup plagued the intake valves due to direct injection. Cooling system weaknesses surfaced. Owners reported major failures before 60,000 miles in some cases. The real problem wasn't just one component. It was that when one part failed, it often revealed another weakness hiding behind it. Fixing the supercharger could expose timing chain wear. Addressing the chain could lead to discovering cooling issues. It became a cascading effect. Mechanics dreaded working on these engines because diagnosing them often meant peeling back layers of complexity. For used car buyers who did their homework, the twin-charged 1.4 TSI became something to avoid at all costs. The promise of clever engineering had turned into a warning label. Even beyond the twin-charged engines, VW's lineup showed a stark contrast between brilliance and trouble. Engines like the naturally aspirated 2.0 TDI or the later EA888 series demonstrated reliability and simplicity that mechanics actually enjoyed working on. These units didn't have hidden surprises behind every valve cover, and they often ran smoothly for hundreds of thousands of miles if maintained properly. The difference was clear. Some engines were built with long-term durability in mind, while others prioritized performance at the cost of complexity. Interestingly, enthusiasts and DIY mechanics quickly learned to spot the warning signs before making a purchase. Forums, online reviews, and owner groups became treasure troves of insider knowledge, detailing everything from common leaks to timing chain concerns. For those willing to research, it wasn't just about avoiding costly repairs, it was about understanding which engines rewarded patience and which ones demanded constant vigilance. Over time, VW's reputation became a tale of two extremes: engineering ingenuity at its best and cautionary tales at its worst. Then there's the engine that wasn't mechanically fragile in the traditional sense, but still earned its place among Volkswagen's worst chapters, the EA189 2.0-liter TDI diesel engine. This engine sat at the center of the Dieselgate scandal. And unlike the previous examples, its problem wasn't weak components or poor durability, it was deliberate deception. Volkswagen programmed these diesel engines with software that could detect when the car was undergoing emissions testing. During the test cycle, the engine would alter its behavior to reduce nitrogen oxide emissions. On the road, in real-world driving, emissions could be up to 40 times the legal limit. This wasn't an oversight, it wasn't a miscalculation, it was intentional. The fallout was massive. Billions of dollars in fines and settlements, buyback programs, criminal investigations, a global hit to Volkswagen's reputation. More than $30 billion ultimately tied to the scandal. While the engines themselves could often run reliably for high mileage, the moral failure overshadowed any mechanical strengths. Trust, once broken, is difficult to restore. Moving back to mechanical shortcomings, the early generations of the EA888 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder deserve serious scrutiny. These engines powered a huge range of Volkswagen and Audi models. They were popular, powerful, modern. But the first and second generations carried a flaw that frustrated countless owners: excessive oil consumption. We're not talking about topping off between oil changes. Some owners reported burning through a quart every 1,000 miles or even less. That's not a minor inconvenience, that's a chronic issue. The root of the problem lay in piston ring design and crankcase ventilation system weaknesses. Poor sealing allowed oil to slip past the rings and burn in the combustion chamber. Spark plugs fouled, catalytic converters suffered. Owners were forced to monitor oil levels constantly. Initially, Volkswagen claimed this consumption was within normal limits. That response did not sit well with customers who were pouring oil into relatively new cars. Eventually, extended warranties and repairs were offered, including piston ring replacements. But by then, the damage to consumer trust was already done. Rounding out the worst list is the early 2.0-liter FSI naturally aspirated engine. This engine preceded many of the turbocharged TSI variants and seemed like a simpler, safer bet. Naturally aspirated engines are often viewed as less complex and more durable. But this one had a vulnerability hidden in a small component, the cam follower. The cam follower, though small, plays a critical role in transferring motion between the camshaft and the high-pressure fuel pump. Over time, the follower could wear down. If it wore through completely, it could damage the camshaft itself. Metal shavings could enter the oil system. What started as a relatively inexpensive preventive maintenance item could escalate into serious internal engine damage. The frustrating part was that if caught early, replacing the cam follower was not particularly costly, but many owners didn't know to inspect it regularly. By the time symptoms appeared, the damage was often already severe. Now that we've confronted the darker side of Volkswagen's engine history, it's time to balance the scales. Because when Volkswagen gets it right, they really get it right. At the top of the best list stands the VR6 engine, particularly the 2.8-liter and 3.2-liter versions. The VR6 is a unique creation. It uses a narrow-angle V configuration that allows 6 cylinders to fit in a space typically reserved for a 4-cylinder engine. It's compact, smooth, and delivers a distinctive exhaust note that enthusiasts instantly recognize. Introduced in the early 1990s, the VR6 quickly developed a cult following. It offered strong, torque-rich power. It felt refined but muscular. Properly maintained, these engines regularly surpassed 200,000 miles without major issues. They weren't the most fuel-efficient engines, and aging examples could develop oil leaks from gaskets, but those were manageable concerns. The VR6 powered everything from hot hatchbacks to sedans and SUVs. It became a symbol of Volkswagen performance and engineering creativity done right. Equally legendary is the 1.9-liter TDI diesel from the late 1990s and early 2000s. This engine earned a reputation for durability that bordered on myth. Highway fuel economy exceeding 50 miles per gallon was common. Seeing one surpass 300,000 miles was not unusual. The formula was straightforward: a robust cast iron block, relatively simple electronics, and proven diesel technology. Yes, the timing belt required replacement at regular intervals, and certain injection pump variants could present issues, but overall, the 1.9 TDI was dependable, efficient, and built to last. Used car buyers actively sought out vehicles equipped with this engine. They knew what they were getting: long-term reliability and exceptional fuel economy. Volkswagen also learned from its earlier mistakes with the EA888 engine. The third-generation EA888, introduced around 2012, represents a significant improvement. Engineers addressed the oil consumption issues with redesigned piston rings and improved crankcase ventilation. Turbocharger technology was refined. The result was an engine that delivered strong performance and reasonable efficiency without the chronic oil-burning problems of its predecessors. Producing anywhere from around 170 horsepower in base trims to over 300 horsepower in performance variants, the Gen 3 EA888 proved versatile and durable. It also became a favorite among tuning enthusiasts because software modifications alone could unlock impressive gains. More importantly, for everyday drivers, it demonstrated that Volkswagen could evolve and fix its mistakes. And finally, there's the engine that built Volkswagen's early global reputation, the air-cooled Flat 4 that powered the Beetle and early vans. Simple, durable, easy to repair. Ranging from 1.2 to 1.6 liters, these engines didn't produce much power by modern standards, but they could survive neglect that would destroy a modern engine in weeks. No radiator to leak, no complex electronics, just mechanical simplicity. Owners could rebuild them in their driveway with basic tools. Decades later, many are still running. They became a cultural icon as much as a mechanical one. Looking across Volkswagen's engine history, a clear pattern emerges. When the company prioritizes durability, proven engineering principles, and thorough development, the results can be exceptional. When complexity increases without adequate long-term testing, or when cost-cutting affects critical components, the consequences can be severe. For buyers, this history matters. A Volkswagen equipped with a strong engine like the VR6, the 1.9 TDI, or the improved Gen 3 EA888 can offer years of enjoyable, refined driving. But a model saddled with one of the problematic engines can quickly become a financial burden. So, if you're standing in a driveway, hood open, wondering whether you've got one of the good ones or one of the risky ones, now you know what to look for. The badge says Volkswagen, but the real truth, the one that determines whether you'll be smiling at 200,000 miles or pricing out an engine replacement, lies in what's underneath.